Coming to you live from Dish address GA0992539 in Kokomem Lakra on DSTV channel 41 and GoTV channel 144 on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram or Joy News on TV. This is Joy News Interactive and I am Mapito CBD. Now it's terrible enough that we have to drive on very bad roads. Now Parker Wilson has a documentary, Drive to Kill, and it showed, the first part showed yesterday and the second part is showing today at 6:30 p.m. Here's a sneak peek.
I had 4 operations instantly. The doctors were struggling to join the broken bones. Some even suggested that I should be amputated.
The surgery had a toll on their finances, forcing her husband to use their home as collateral for a loan. Her situation worsened, and out of frustration, both the husband and her 19-year-old daughter died.
But things were not getting any better. Out of frustration and anxiety, he died.
My baba is 19 years girl. Sabri, Kono no best assuming we friend is Selena. Also, I rehone ahumitinti, so
Within the next 3 weeks, my 19-year-old daughter also died. My son, who was in his 2nd year in the university, dropped out of school because there was no money. Sometimes I feel like ending it all.
In fact, if you say I am your accident,
this world has become a nightmare.
Still on road safety, Samira Bamia is urging intensified education of drivers to check the carnage on Ghana's roads. It is estimated that some 2,000 people lose their lives in these road crashes each year, with the latest crash on the Cape Coast Takoradi Highway, which killed 34 people, including a baby. Still fresh in the minds of the public. While praising the multimedia group for its road safety campaign dubbed Arrive Alive, Mrs. Balmia said most of the accidents come down to reckless driving.
The news of deaths is everywhere, and it's unfortunate, but it's yes, and well done to your outfit for, having this campaign. It's very important. But for most accidents, they are reckless accidents. I mean, they shouldn't even be called accidents because it's the recklessness that causes it. So they are avoidable deaths, and too many people are dying. The statistics are mind-blowing. So it's about, back again, educating our people, of course, fixing the roads, but educating our people on safe driving, because the faster you are, the more likely you die in an accident. You're driving, right? So at the very least, you should know that. Don't exceed a certain speed limit because it's, it threatens your own life. So yes, it does cross my mind. I can't help it because I hear about it and we all, are unhappy about it. So well done to you for, making it a priority issue, and however we can help, we'll be happy to support.
Do you think, like in all sectors, our inability to enforce our laws is also contributing to these needless deaths?
Yes, and yes. And I think when Ghanaians are unique. We're calm, we're very peaceful to a large extent, and we sort of like to turn the other cheek to every issue, and so it affects, and that attitude makes it even difficult for those who want to do the right thing to do the right thing. So you have a police officer who's enforcing the law, he's wicked, so it's a whole culture and it's a system, and you do the wrong thing, before you know, they'll go and call an elder to come and plead, or so yes, enforcement is important, but it will take all of us to make sure the law is being enforced, because when you try and a respected member of society comes to say, oh, it's my nephew, or it's my niece, or it's my friends, whatever, so can you please, let it go this time? That breeds the culture of impunity. And of course, those who are also want to benefit from the inefficiencies because it breeds corruption, inefficiency. So there's also not an appetite to be very efficient in the system. Sometimes I get very frustrated with the system because I realize that there are simple solutions, but people don't want them because it will take away their means of being corrupt. So it's, yes, we need to enforce our laws, but it's not just those who are in a position to enforce the laws. We need to back at, it's the whole society, those who enable the lawbreakers and those who are not keeping an eye on the enforcement.
Where should it start from, though? I always wonder about this with every problem. Where should the solution start from, the top or the bottom?
I think we should all be ready for it. The top should obviously be willing, but we should also be ready to be dealt with when we do the wrong thing.
Join the conversation on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. We are Joy News on TV and the hashtag is ArriveAlive. Now let's take a drive through town to observe some offences often committed.
We're at Labadi now. That's the La General Hospital. And we're moving on to, there's going to be it's a highway, I should say. Yes, so we're getting onto the highway, right?
Yes.
Or you wouldn't call this a highway?
Yes, it is. It is.
What's the speed limit around this place?
Well, where we are at the moment, you should drive at 20 kilometers per hour.
Okay.
And you must not touch your horn because we are around the hospital. That says the law.
Oh.
Yes, don't hoot your horn at any hospital.
Okay, so first thing, yes, this trotro driver is right in the middle of our way.
Yes, this is a traffic offense because he's not supposed to be here. He's supposed to go to the bus stop, and he has few moments at the bus stop. So this is wrong, and it's an issue
First
where
offense,
we need to talk about.
Vehicle GT 50001515. Okay. So we're at this point we're joining, and I just need to be sure that it's clear to go. I believe I'm clear to go. But see this vehicle that's
Yes,
coming on
that's also one thing. He should have waited for you.
And here's another one. What is happening?
Well, this is Sakra driving, right? He's not supposed to be driving here. He's supposed to go to the last U-turn. And then if you look at the U-turn here, the U-turn is made for only one vehicle to turn at a time. U-turns are not for two vehicles.
So you can't come on the side of the vehicle?
No, you can. You can only come to the side of the vehicle if there's a vehicle in front of you or on the side that is negotiating the U-turn. Okay, so you have to wait for him. Now immediately you become parallel with that driver. That is a traffic offense. That should tell you that you are obscuring the vision
of the driver.
Driving. Yes, so it is a traffic offense. And then secondly, you are overlapping in the U-turn. And the other one that I mentioned, 2 offenses.
At this point, I'm doing 45 kilometers per hour. I think I can go some more. I can go a bit faster.
Yes, the law says you should drive on this road. Okay, this I cannot say it's a highway. This is a dual carriage road, and it is in the urban area.
All right.
Okay, so we can't call this as a highway. But however, the inner lane is for faster vehicles. So you must not stay in the inner lane if you cannot drive at least the stipulated law, which says 50 kilometers per hour when you are driving in town. But then if you are coming to talk about it, that is really not possible. I always say it. Right, let's drive at 50 kilometers per hour and see. We'll be crawling.
All right.
Okay.
So I'm picking up the speed, so I'm at 50 now.
Okay.
50 looks fair to me.
Yes, that says the law.
All right.
Right, but in Israel, I'm telling you the fact that if you are alone on this dual carriage road, you not drive at 50. Right, if you want to drive at 50, then indicate to the right and stay in the outer lane. Now, if all of us, once again, will be driving at 50 kilometers per hour, which is the stipulated speed limit in the airline 2180164, okay, which says that the speed limit in town must be 50 kilometers per hour. If you are traveling on the highway, it is 80 kilometers per hour.
All right.
90 kilometers per hour. If you are traveling on the motorway, it is 100 kilometers per hour.
Okay.
But again, I believe in facts that laws must be changed and must be conformed to the street or the road at which we are driving at the moment, because it's really impossible for all of us to drive at 50 kilometers per hour. Okay.
But if we drive at 50 kilometers per hour, at that speed, it is safe for everybody.
Yes, it is safe, but you see, I'm talking about the real facts that we see. That is the speed limit.
The point you're making is that people don't drive.
People don't drive
below 50 kilometers.
People don't drive.
So we should increase it.
Now look at the vehicle on the right. Right, this is about 70 kilometers per hour. But if we all are driving at 50 kilometers per hour, then I will say for a fact that at 50 kilometers per hour, if there's any crash, nobody will die for sure. We'll have minor injuries, whether you are in the car or even when you are knocked down, it will not be as serious as the speed 80 kilometers per hour. So again, if we refer to the bus incident that happened, when I saw the pictures, I just said no. The Dompoase case, this is 120, 140 kilometers per hour, because the faster you go, the much more difficult it is for you to stop your vehicle. And in driving, we have what we call stopping distances, braking distances, and thinking distances, right? When all comes to you as a human being behind the steering wheel, it makes a lot of sense that before you go on your brake, you will think. And if your speed is more than 80 kilometers per hour, right, now, the stopping distances will become longer as well as the braking distances. So you, of course, hit another vehicle, and the injury the injury of the people, the occupants, will be very serious because of this.
Hashtag Arrive Alive. On that note, we're going to take a quick breather. We'll be back with more. Welcome back from the breather. You're still watching Joy News Interactive with myself, Mapisa CBD. Now, yesterday we heard the shocking and sad news of Kobe Bryant's death. And today we want to play you his love letter to basketball. This was when he was retiring and he was finally ending his career in basketball. And this is very timely because he says that he's transitioning to a new place. And like we know that he's transitioning to a new place after his death. Dear basketball, that's Kobe Bryant's love letter to his favorite sports. And that's how we end the show here on Joy News Interactive. I'm Mapisa CBD. Enjoy the rest of your day.